Oh, hey, Ricky. You didn't by any chance get a call from me from Bermuda, did you?
Nah, sorry, Luis. I already told Beth if I had.
Nah, that's all right. I was just asking.
No problem.
I can't believe we haven't heard from my brother since we left the resort.
Look, there has to be a logical explanation.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I left him a note telling him his family's house had burned down.
I'm sure he'll be back very soon. Hey, don't you want to know how I can prove whether you and Sheridan were ever on the Titanic?
I'm not sure, but how are you going to do that?
Oh, have you ever heard of a little teensy thing called the internet?
Yeah.
Come with me. See, when the movie came out a few years ago, it sparked all kinds of renewed interest in the ship.
Oh, tragedy. All those innocent lives lost.
I bet there is a ton of information on everything from how the ship was built, how it went down, and who was on it when it did.
You mean the passenger list?
Yep. Victims and survivors. Let's just see what I can dig up, huh?
Okay.
Okay, let's see what we can find here.
I remember my name was Liam. I was traveling in steerage. Guess some things never change.
Yeah, well, that might be a bit of a problem. You see, class was an even bigger issue back then. I don't even know if the ocean liners kept accurate records of the steerage passengers.
Well, then I guess we had a dead end.
No, not necessarily. What about Sheridan? Do you know what her name was back then?
Susan. I don't think I ever heard her last name. Try first class.
Okay. I got it. Look, it's the only Susan on the list.
That must be it.
God, it's so sad. Think how excited those people must have been to board a beautiful new ship to cross the sea to America. They had no idea how many of them were gonna die.
Yeah. What's that?
Well, a bunch of people, but it's too small to make anybody out.
Can you make it any bigger?
Yeah, that's easy. Let's just see if I can make it any clearer. Oh. Okay, that's funny. Let me just try to isolate this one face.
Why?
I'll tell you in a sec. Luis, look.
Oh, my God. Is that me?
Well, if it isn't, you could pass for his twin brother.
Can you magnify any of the women passengers?
All right, give me a sec here. I mean, I've always wondered about reincarnation, but to have this kind of proof.
It's like she's staring straight at me from 90 years ago. Well, that fortune teller who read her fortune when she was a child must have been telling the truth. We had past lives together. So why do I have to keep losing her? It's not fair. Why is it that I've known Sheridan in previous lives and she keeps getting taken away from me?
I can't answer that.
The only consolation I have is that she always ends up with someone who loves her and takes care of her. And if it isn't me...
Do you think that it's the same person every time?
I don't know if it's the same person, but... it's probably the same spirit or soul. Now, I wonder if I ever met the guy that she ended up with.
You mean in this lifetime? Okay, that would be really weird.
Yeah, tell me about it, but it makes as much sense as the rest of this.
Hey, maybe it's Ethan. You know, he and Sheridan were always so close. They could have met in past lives, too.
No, I don't think so. Nah, they loved each other like a brother and sister. Sheridan ended up with a man who loved her the way I did.
With all his heart.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, in all the conversations that I had with Sheridan, it was obvious that you were the first man she was ever really in love with.
Well, then I don't know where to go from here. But wait a second. Now, we know that Sheridan survived the sinking of the Titanic, and she went on with someone that she loved. So maybe they had a family. Their children can still be alive today. Maybe we could even find them.
And then their children could tell us the name of their father.
The name of the man Sheridan fell in love with after me.
Well, that's the last of the Titanic survivors.
And there's nothing on what happened to them after they were saved?
No, not that I can tell. Wait, unless... Let's try something. There. Children of the survivors.
That's it. The names of everyone from the next generation.
All right, if we are lucky, we can find out the names of the children that Sheridan, or should I say, Susan had with the man she fell in love with.